All right, let's start by writing down what we know. We know that t equals 0. The x component and y component of the displacement is 0. And we know the x component of the velocity is going to be v cos alpha, and we know the y component of the velocity is going to be v sine alpha. We know for all t, the x component of the acceleration is going to be 0. The y component of the acceleration is going to be negative 10, defining up as positive. Okay, we're not going to be able to do anything with this until we actually start getting some formulas for our velocity and displacement vectors. So the velocity vector integrating our acceleration vector, x component of the velocity integrating our x component of the acceleration with respect to t. So we're integrating 0, so we get c1. Same with y. Let's sub in when x equals 0, t equals 0. So we know c1 equals v cos alpha, c2 equals v sine alpha. So we know the x component is v cos alpha for all t. Y component is negative 10t plus v sine alpha for all t. Okay, now let's try integrating. One moment. I've got to plug in my pencil. This is a first world problem, I can safely say. So we're going to have to integrate those to find displacement vectors. So we're going to have vt cos alpha plus c3. Here we've got integral of y dot dt. It's definitely not x though. So we're going to have negative 5t squared plus vt sine alpha plus c4. Sub in when t equals 0, we know the displacements are 0. Alpha plus c3 equals 0. So c3 equals 0. So we know x equals vt cos alpha. Y is going to be negative 5 times 0 squared plus v times 0 sine alpha plus c4 equals 0. So c4 equals 0, so y equals negative 5t squared plus vt sine alpha. And the only other information is that I've been given is 2 seconds later, it passes through with a position vector that t equals 2, x, which is vt cos alpha, equals 8, because it was 8i, wasn't it? Y equals, v times 2 times cos alpha equals 8. y is negative 5 times 2 squared plus v times 2 times sine alpha equals negative 12. So this is v cos alpha equals 8 divided by 2, which is 4. This one's negative 20 plus 2v sine alpha equals negative 12. Plus 20 to both sides, and divide by 2, I get v sine alpha also equals 4. Handy. Which means I can replace my v cos alpha. What's a nice colour? V cos alpha equals 4. I'm going to replace the v cos alpha and the v sine alpha with 4. So this becomes 4t. This becomes negative 5t squared plus 4t. My x dot, v cos alpha, 4. My y dot, negative 10t plus 4. And I already knew x dot dot is 0, y dot dot is negative 10. Oh my gosh. Okay, there was a lot to that. What's the actual question I've been asked? Write down the initial velocity vector of the particle. So at t equals 0, the initial velocity vector xi plus y, yj is going to be 4i plus negative 10t plus 4j. Okay, and question B, find the position vector after 0.5 seconds. So x is going to be 4 times 0.5, so x equals 2. Y is going to be negative 5 times 0.5 squared plus 4 times 0.5. So y is 3/4. So the position vector r is xi plus yj. It's going to be 2i plus 3/4 j.